The sprint review is the penultimate event in every sprint. It has a time box in a 1-month sprint of 4 hours, but as with the other events of sprint planning and the sprint retrospective, where the sprint length is not 1 calendar month, the event time boxes are typically shortened. For example, if your sprint is 1 calendar month and the sprint review is 4 hours long, then during a 2-week sprint, the sprint review will typically be 2 hours long. It is an opportunity for the whole Scrum team and the key stakeholders to inspect the done increment, i.e. the outcome of the sprint, and determine any future adaptations that are needed to add value. The inputs to a sprint review are the done increment, current business conditions, the progress made towards the product goal, and any learning that has taken place during the sprint. The outputs are an updated product backlog that takes into account the feedback offered by stakeholders and improved transparency about what is valuable to stakeholders. Importantly, during a sprint review, the increment is shown to the stakeholders as a prompt to exercise empiricism. However, the sprint review is not solely a demonstration. It is a working session where the Scrum team and stakeholders collaborate to decide what to do next. The reason why the sprint review is not solely a demonstration is because it risks then becoming a presentation, a unidirectional flow of information from the Scrum team to the stakeholders. An effective sprint review is where there is collaboration between both parties. It is also encouraged, although not mandatory, for the product owner to present an update towards the product goal. It is sadly a very common occurrence within many teams where stakeholders are not frequently present at the sprint review event. This is catastrophic to empiricism. If no feedback is being offered by the users of the product, how do you know, as the developers and the Scrum team, that what you are producing in the form of the increment is of any value? The simple answer is you don't. Until you have user validation in the form of a sprint review or releasing your product to market where the users can interact with it, any value you believe you have produced is purely hypothetical. Until your increment and product is validated, you have a higher and higher amount of locked up capital, which is at risk of not being valuable to your users. The sprint review is also a perfect opportunity for the Scrum team to raise any impediments that they have encountered that are outside of their ability to rectify. As the organisation forms part of the stakeholders of the product, it is encouraged that they are invited to the sprint review to ensure that these impediments that are slowing down progress are addressed as soon as possible. After all, they will often be the first ones to complain if progress seems slow, so why not preempt their concerns with a list of things they can do to support you? The takeaway from this video is that if we consider the whole empirical feedback loop that Scrum is founded upon, if sprint planning is the opportunity to create a forecast of value, the daily Scrum is the opportunity to ensure we remain on track to deliver that forecast, then the sprint review is an opportunity to validate it. If sprint reviews aren't facilitated effectively, the feedback loop is not closed. Unless you provide your stakeholders with the opportunity to transparently, against the definition of done, inspect your increment and offer feedback, the benefits of utilising empiricism are lessened. Without taking the opportunity to inspect, adaptation is considered pointless. Purposefully, the sprint review is designed to provoke change, feedback, and opportunities for improvement.